I know for a fact Google AI Overviews has eaten a lot of your traffic, but Google has just released this guide on how to rank in their AI features. And I very recently used information in there to rank my client here. I've gone ahead and broken down this guide in here using plain, simple English with realistic, actionable steps anyone can take. So let's jump straight into it. So first of all, Google has mentioned apply foundational SEO best practices. But what does this actually mean? So what you're going to do is provide a unique point of view here. And just a side note, this isn't going to be like a hyper dopamine video. I'm basically going over a document. So this is more for people who are serious about growing their business via SEO. So getting back into it, you're going to be providing a unique point of view. And there's a term for this. This is called information gain, where you're basically adding in unique insights. And I'll give you an example here where you've got original research or first-hand experience that goes beyond what AI can generate. Because here's the thing, Google's not looking for more content. They can produce content. They've got AI. What they're looking for is new insights, and your content should offer something that AI can't, basically. So here's the action. For each page, ask, what do I offer that AI cannot generate on its own? And you're basically going to improve pages that lack original value. So let's say, for example, you're trying to sell this dice tower, for example. You've got a category trying to sell these. And what I did was I basically just went to a Facebook group and I posted in, I've been seeing these dice towers popping up a lot. Why would you use these other than they can look cool? I got a whole bunch of comments. This guy mentioned is bloody noisy, which I never would have thought of when looking at that. This guy put, I play using it sitting on the carpet. And Lisa put, we occasionally play sitting in the carpet. This guy put, fixing rolls. So guess what? From these comments, we can already add this to our content, to the description of this particular category page. AI doesn't have that. And the reason why is because AI needs to go out there and crawl content. But what I did was I posted in a group, so that content did not exist until I posted in there. And I'm basically just organizing this content on my page. That's what I would do. Next up is creating non-commodity content. So commodity content is basically just a generic advice anyone can write. Non-commodity content comes from real experience, data, or unique expertise. So let's say, for example, you've got a page and it's titled how to choose an engagement ring. And in the content you mention things like you choose the metal for your ring based on your durability and style. Big yawn there. Great, everyone knows that. But non-commodity would be something like, and this is the same page, right? Both the same. But the content would be something like, after analyzing 500 customer returns, bands thinner than 1.8 millimeters are far too fragile for daily wear. And boom, we've just provided data that did not exist. Also, I'm sorry if there's echo going on in this room. It's a pretty small room that I'm recording in. But nonetheless, so the action here is identify your own data, ideally if you've got it, your customers' insights or unique expertise. And then basically you're going to build content around only what you can say. Now pay attention here. What you're going to do is ask yourself, what can I say here that a generic AI article or competitor page would not know? And I've underlined no specifically here. What would AI and your competitors not know? And this ties into the above here. This is one of the ways you get that info if you don't actually have any data of your own. Go into forums and start asking questions. And this is going to separate you from everybody else. Next up, you're going to organize the content logically. So use proper headings, hierarchies so both users and AI can parse the content structure. And you're just going to follow a logical nesting order. So correct order would be H1, H2, H3, H4, H5. Incorrect would be something like H4, H1. And if you don't know what that looks like, you can just download the Easy SEO extension, click on subheadings, and you'll get it there. So for example, if I click on this, click on subheadings, and it says missing H1 tags. So that's illogical heading structure, and it even says it here in missing checks, missing H1. So you can just download this free extension, and it's my own extension that I built myself. So all you're going to do is run a heading audit on key pages. So you don't have to do this on every page. You can do it using Screaming Frog, but if you don't have that, that's fine. Also, don't use headings purely for styling. It's there to provide a hierarchy. Next up is the visuals, the content focus, and the technical foundations. So make sure you're using high quality original visuals. So you've got your stock photos, but go the other way around. Pull out your phone and start taking images yourself. So you can still have these standard images on the left here, keep it professional, but you can also have other images where you've gone ahead and you've actually given it a realistic take on what your product would actually look like. And AI is really good at understanding images. And if you're using the same stock image you found on Canva or Adobe, guess what? That's not original. You want something original, and you can be sneaky by using something like Facebook Marketplace or eBay and using their images. Next up, you're going to avoid thin, repetitive pages. So let's just say you have a service for canal boat holidays. So overdoing it would be creating separate pages like Best Canal Boat Holidays UK, Relaxing Canal Boat Holidays, creating separate pages for all of these, because each page is basically saying the same thing with slightly different wording, and that is SEO first rather than user first. So what you're going to do if you have these types of pages is basically consolidate these thin pages that target minor keyword variations into one comprehensive authority page. You don't need to have a bunch of separate pages that say the same thing or target the same thing. Then you're going to stop with all the AI slop, and basically you're going to ensure that the content does not have the M dashes, because these long dashes, they're just a blatant giveaways it's AI. You're going to have unique insights, again use information gain, and then you're going to use those photos that you took yourself, something that we mentioned above here. So AI slop doesn't have to be written words, you can avoid it by using the more visual aspect of your website. Next up, the technical stuff. So you need to ensure that search engines can access your sitemap. So you have to check your robots file, your XML files, your HTML sitemaps to ensure comprehensive crawlability. Now this is a bit more technical, and I'm not going to go into how to audit a robots file and that type of thing. But if you do need help with this, then you can check out this page right here. I'll leave a link in the description below where I'll just help you personally myself. Next up is performance and technical optimizations. So you're going to ensure your page loads at least inside of 3 seconds, avoiding those redirect chains. So for example, you got URL A, but that redirects to URL B, and then that redirects to URL C. What should have happened is URL A should have redirected to URL C instead of having to go through URL B here. I hope that makes sense. Then you want to avoid the pesky 404 errors. You can find these errors in like Screaming Frog or your search console, and you're going to use Pingdom. So you can just type in your website here. So I'll just type in my name, going from London, hit test, and it'll tell you exactly how long it takes for your page to load. And essentially what you're going to do is test this out on your home page, your services. If you're e-commerce, you would test it out on some categories and products. So your important pages, you're going to test this out on. So this loaded in 4 seconds, so I've got some work to do, which is fine. I'm not bothered because I'm not trying to rank my website, so it's not that bothering for my own personal website. But if you're a business trying to rank on Google, then it's going to be a problem. Then semantic HTML. So I'm not going to go too deep into this, that's beyond the scope of this video. But essentially, you're going to prioritize human readability over perfect code. Not everything on your site has to be perfect. Google knows there's no perfectly coded website. If you've got some errors, minor errors, that's fine. Focus on content, on that new information. That's really key here, and I hope I'm driving that home for you. And then your JavaScript. So essentially what you're going to do is make sure all your content that you want Google to see loads without JavaScript being enabled. So literally all you're going to do is use the Easy SEO extension, go to JavaScript, and you get these JavaScript checks right here. And all you're going to do is disable it and make sure your home page loads, your product page loads, your service pages load. Is your site operable without JavaScript? If it's not, then you've got some work to do. Then we've got duplicate content here. So you're basically going to identify duplicate pages with a crawl tool like Screaming Frog, then you're going to merge, redirect, or canonicalize these pages. So let's just say we've got this page right here, and the URL is about the company, then we've got about us, and then we've got about, and I've seen this 1,000,001 times on different websites. Guess what? This is all one page here. You're basically going to consolidate it into one single page. And let's say you're a local business or e-commerce. What you're going to do, if you're local, make sure you've got your business Google My Business profile set up. Make sure you've got your description filled out, your images, all that good stuff. Make sure it's properly optimized, which I've already created a different video on that, on how to do that. And then you're going to sign up to Google Merchant Center. So if you see the product show up on Google search, that's because of Google Merchant Center. And the great thing is it's free to sign up to, and you'll be able to list all your products in the search results without having to pay for those clicks. And if you want access to this document right here, all you have to do is go to my site, click on the contact form, and then email me that you've commented on this video. So it's very important that you comment on the video. Just let me know what your comment is, and I'll go ahead and send you the document once you send me an email. And the reason why I'm doing this is, as you can see, my videos don't get a lot of views, even though the videos are, not to toot my own horn here, but in terms of information, it's really, really good. And one of the videos that I highly recommend you watch is this one right here, Keyword Research is Dead. Find conversations instead. And what this does is basically go deeper into this right here. It goes into more examples and different ways you can find information without having to do a load of research. So I'll see you in the next video.